Have you ever lost someone close to you? Maybe a parent, a spouse, or a child? If you have, then you know that grief can be a heavy burden to carry. It can consume your thoughts, your emotions, and even your identity. It can make you question God's love for you and His purpose for your life. But what if you could find a way to turn that grief into something beautiful, something that would glorify God and comfort others? He waited anxiously for more news, but none came. The captain shared with Spafford the last moments he'd witnessed, describing the valiant efforts of the passengers as they prepared for the inevitable. The poem he wrote was later set to music and became one of the most beloved hymns of all time, "It Is Well With My Soul." The hymn's popularity can be attributed to its timeless message of hope and comfort in times of great suffering. When Spafford first learned of his daughter's deaths, he was overwhelmed with despair and questioned God's purpose in allowing such a tragedy to befall him. However, as he reflected on his faith and the legacy of his daughters, he found peace in knowing that they had died with honor and that their souls were in good hands. This realization enabled him to compose a hymn that has resonated with countless people who have faced their own trials and tribulations. Some prayed, others sang hymns, and many embraced their fate with remarkable courage. He remarried and had more children. He also traveled extensively and wrote other hymns and devotional books. He died in 1909 at the age of 80, leaving behind a legacy of faith, courage, and hope. Among them was Miss Lisk, Spafford's 16-year-old daughter, whose presence on the ship's manifest had been a source of confusion due to a clerical error. Also, do you know anyone who has shown remarkable faith and courage in the face of adversity? Share their story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Despite her young age, she had boarded the vessel with the intention of joining her father in Europe. However, upon learning of her father's absence, she had chosen to remain on board, demonstrating remarkable faith and maturity. The captain's words, "All the girls went down together like ducks," deeply affected Spafford, who found solace in the belief that his daughters had perished with honor. Assuming that his daughters had perished along with the other passengers and crew, Spafford began to pen his grief-stricken thoughts into a poem. The haunting melody that accompanied the verses flowed effortlessly from his pen, each word dripping with sorrow and despair. That's what Horatio Spafford did when he wrote one of the world's most famous hymns. "It Is Well With My Soul." Let me tell you his story. Horatio Spafford was an American lawyer and devout Christian who lived in the 19th century. He was born in 1829 in a small town in Connecticut. And from an early age, he felt called to serve God. In 1850, he moved to Chicago to practice law, and there he met and married Annie S. Lisk. They had 4 daughters, 3 of whom were teenagers. The family was happy and prosperous. Spafford had a successful legal career and was active in his church. He was also involved in real estate and had invested in a property in Michigan. But in 1871, tragedy struck. A fire broke out in Chicago that destroyed a large part of the city, including Spafford's home and office. He lost everything he had worked for and was devastated. To make matters worse, his wife Annie fell ill and died soon after. Grief-stricken and heartbroken, Spafford decided to take a vacation with his daughters to Europe in the hope of finding some solace and healing. He left them in the care of a nanny and boarded a ship himself, planning to meet them in Liverpool. On September 8, 1871, Spafford received a telegram from the ship's captain informing him that the vessel had sprung a leak and that they were taking on water. When the captain finally arrived in New York, he learned the tragic fate of the vessel and the passengers aboard. Upon hearing this, Spafford poured his heart out on paper. As the years passed, Spafford continued to practice law and serve his church. So the next time you hear someone singing "It Is Well With My Soul," remember the man who wrote it and the sacrifice that his daughters made.